Mayho House was built in 1954, located in Shek Kip Mei Estate. It is the last example of Mark II building in single-block configuration in Hong Kong. In 2005 and 2008, it was chosen to be preserved and revitalized respectively due to its architectural values and significant importance on politics, culture, and society in the past Hong Kong. Furthermore, Mayho House witnessed the culture of grassroots and the Lion Rock spirit. People work hard for better life, and their perseverance was showed in facing living difficulties, such as narrow living space. The relationship between neighbors was very close, who offered the mutual help in daily life. The children played in a large area in the estate, and they could make friends to each other. In order to preserve the lifestyle of citizens in resettlement estates, Mayho House was revitalized as conversion of residential units into guest rooms and an exhibition gallery. The architectural features, such as H-shaped layout, iron window grille, old-style lettering, were deliberately preserved. Mayho House implies the change of governance of the government and the development of housing policies. In the past, the ideology of governance was positive non-interventionism. The people lived in squatter shacks, which were built by themselves. The government did not have any actual planning for housing. Until the fire in December 1953, around 53,000 of people became homeless. The government built the resettlement estates for the victims. One of them was Mayho House. People lived in those resettlement estates, but the environment was very bad. Consequently, it indirectly caused 1967 riots as people felt discontent towards the living environment. Since then, the government launched different housing policies and showed the intervention and concern to the people's welfare. Mayho House displayed living environment which showed different social conditions at that time. For example, in 1950s, most of the people were poor and lived in tiny space. There was no separate kitchen, and people used to cook with kerosene stove at the corridor. They did not have LPG stove or gas stove at that time. Also, 土地公 was placed in the kitchen, which showed the Chinese traditional superstition. There were 7-floor buildings in the resettlement estates. Due to a large number of people, some units were divided into two if the household was less than 5 adults. The space became smaller, and some residents set up cocolofts, bunk beds, and camp beds to increase the sleeping space. There was a little space remaining for 1 or 2 chairs or wardrobe. The households where more than 5 adults could live in a unit, but the living space and environment was tiny and bad. They put the sewing machines for making clothes to earn extra income. Also, they set up cocolofts, bunk beds, and camp beds for sleeping too. There is a large difference of toilets in the past and present. It was separated simply and crudely without doors. 3 cubicle toilets were for male and female each. Flushing toilets did not exist, and there was a drain for washing away. There were 2 washing areas and 2 bathrooms on each floor. One water throat was set at the end of the corridor for washing clothes, as there was no washing machine at that time. People in resettlement area were self-reliable. They set up the grocery stores, pharmacies, or tea houses as family business. When people bought the daily necessaries such as rice and oil, they had to bring the containers by themselves because of low-packed rice and oil. In 1970s and 80s, due to the booming economy and setting up housing policies by the government, the resettlement areas were rebuilt and the living condition was much better. People had their own toilets and kitchen. The condition of hygiene and privacy were much improved. The homes were furnished neatly and the material supplies were rich, such as TV and refrigerator were in place. After reconstruction in 1970s, the L-shaped unit of Mayhew House was formed by merging 3 units into one. It can accommodate a family of 9 members. The bedroom was separated from the dining room, which was large enough to put a bed and wardrobe. People became richer to decorate the flats and playing mahjong in the spare time, but they still preserved the sewing machine for earning extra income. The kitchen was placed in the flats, and kerosene stove was replaced by LPG and gas stove. The housing design was the basis of public housing nowadays. Therefore, Mayhew House witnessed the change of the society. The Vintage Cafe was set up in Mayhew House. The design copied the old cafe in the past, such as little bricks on the wall. People can experience the culture of eating habits in the past Hong Kong and also have a great and delicious lunch here.